Continue to follow the aftermath of Helene, the devastating storm leaving dozens dead across the region.
The focus now on restoring power to thousands and getting key roads back open in the Carolinas and Georgia. Sky 4 over devastation at Pretty Place in Greenville County and a massive I-40 washout in Haywood County, North Carolina. All while Haywood Mall has turned into an emergency management hub for power crews. South
Carolina officials say recovery efforts are not slowing down.
All was wet. The trees went over. The winds were adequate to knock the trees down. They knocked the power lines down, so we have power lines tangled up with trees and limbs, and it is dangerous to go in and try to clear that out yourself.
Team coverage continues tonight. Our Nate Stanley has an update from Greenville County on its response to the aftermath of the storm.
But first, we begin with the latest on power outages from our Peyton Furtado. Peyton, what can you tell us? It's improved, right?
Carol, Nigel, it's improved, but it's slow and steady work, and I think a lot of people are probably feeling the same way, impatient to get the power back on. And hey, we totally get that. A lot of people in our newsroom still don't have it. Let me show you exactly why that's not happening just yet. This is just one example of what we're seeing right now. I'm going to move over here just so that I'm not stepping on any of the actual power lines, but this line right here, this pole, it snapped in half, and that's because of how severe the winds were earlier this week. The actual wires crossing over the sidewalk, over the actual road, people driving underneath them, because that's what they've learned to do. They've seen it happen multiple times, and they've had to drive underneath it to get to where they need to be. This is on the Hampton Avenue, Butler Avenue area here in Greenville, but hey, it's all over the place. Again, the big question on everyone's minds, when is the power coming back on? While the power will be on at the very latest for every Duke Energy customer in the upstate by Friday night, Ryan Mosier with Duke Energy says your power could still come on between now and then. Mosier says when exactly that will be could depend on your location. Western North Carolina could take weeks.
The main thing we are having an issue with is just the sheer magnitude of the damage. It's really about getting access in places. So in an urban environment like this, it's not as challenging, but you go far outside of not too far outside of Greenville, and it starts to become a challenge. You've got ravines and hills and mountainous area and thick vegetation.
Another issue crews are running into, downed trees. You can't drive a block really without having to get around one. Naveen Party says Friday morning he got a very unexpected wake-up call.
I heard a loud crack, sort of like a bomb going off, and woke up to see a tree branch over my master bedroom ceiling, which pierced the ceiling by about 3 feet. And then when I got up, I realized there are multiple piercings of the roof with water pouring in.
Party says the situation could have been a whole lot worse, and he's not alone. He's one of many we're hearing about near deadly damage throughout the region. Suffice to say, he does not have power right now, and a lot of folks in our area don't as well. Let me read you some of the latest numbers that we're seeing. I'm looking down at my phone because we've just gotten this in. Greenville County, 167,000 Duke Energy customers without power. Spartanburg County, 126,000. That's actually gone down in the last couple of hours, so that's good. Anderson County, 60,000. That's also gone down in the last hour, so we're glad to see that. Greenwood staying steady, 26,000 customers. Lawrence, 10,000. Oconee, 5,000. Pickens, 16,000. Abbeville, 1,000. And Cherokee County, 9,000 Duke Energy customers still without power right now. Live in Greenville County, I'm Peyton Furtado for WYFF News 4.
Peyton, thank you. And Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative says about 51% of customers remain without service. That is down from a peak of 90% on Friday. As of 5:15 this evening, Lawrence Electric says power has been restored to 46% of its customers, with 17 of 32 substations back online.
Haywood Mall in Greenville has turned into a massive staging area for crews working to clean up and restore power across the area.
Our Nate Stanley joins us live from the mall now with more. Nate.
Good evening, Nigel, Carol. I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a look at the scene here outside of the Haywood Mall. You can see dozens of mobile sleeper camper units here, as well as mobile bathroom units here for the servicemen and women who are coming and working on the power line restoration in our area. Speaking of that power line restoration, from Greenville County leaders this afternoon, they tell us that 72% of Greenville County is without power today. In a press conference, Greenville County's leaders say that it is slowly making progress on tree cleanup and power restoration. One of the areas that's improving is emergency calls. Yesterday, EMS responded to 211 transport calls. This afternoon, that number was down to a little over 80. The county has responded to 37 motor crashes yesterday at those intersections. Today, that's around 12. Remember to treat those broken lights as if it were a four-way stop. Now, the trees knocking out power has been something that we have been talking about all weekend. County leaders say they have teams visiting sites and assessing the damage. If you're wondering why things may be taking a while for a specific tree to be moved in your neighborhood, Greenville County says their crews won't touch a fallen tree until they have confirmation from the energy company that that power line is off. Their message today: do not try to move those on your own.
We know that Duke and all the electric co-ops are actively working to fix substations and fix power lines. So we are not going to risk crews by having them work on trees that are wrapped in power lines that may be active.
And if you require power for any medical needs, you're encouraged to go to the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, where they have a special needs shelter there. Reporting in Greenville County, Nate Stanley, WIFF News 4.
Thank you, Nate. Spartanburg County officials say Helene was the worst storm to hit Spartanburg County. It reports wind gusts up to 68 miles per hour with 8 to 10 inches of rainfall and thousands of downed trees and power lines. The Director of Emergency Services says they're doing everything they can to get relief for people in Spartanburg County.
Cleanup of our county roadways. The contractors have called in reinforcements for additional crews. They're working tirelessly around the clock to clean our roads as quickly as possible.
When it comes to power restoration, officials say they are following updates from Duke Energy.
FEMA announced that federal disaster assistance is available to South Carolina to supplement recovery efforts in the areas affected by Hurricane Helene. This action allows federal funding to be made available to affected people in several counties throughout the state. It includes several in the upstate, such as Anderson, Cherokee, Greenville, Greenwood, Oconee, Pickens, and Spartanburg counties. Lawrence, Union, and Abbeville counties are not on the list. Assistance can include grants for temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, and there is also help for business owners.
North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper was in western North Carolina this afternoon as officials assess storm damage and recovery efforts continue.
This has been an unprecedented storm that has hit western North Carolina. It's requiring an unprecedented response.
President Joe Biden will be in North Carolina Wednesday for a briefing and will survey damage from the air in Asheville.
Sky 4 has been giving us an exclusive look at the devastation across the region.
One of the hardest hit places in Asheville was the River Arts District. Photojournalist Jarrett McDarris shows us from above.
The River Arts District in Asheville is one of the best known areas in the city. This area along the French Broad River was completely flooded and underwater when Helene came through western North Carolina. The floodwaters leaving behind a lot of mud and debris. Many artists that have studios here not only lost their art, but their livelihood from Helene's destruction. This area of Asheville that many call the heart of the city will be rebuilding for months to come. In Sky 4 over Asheville, Jarrett McDarris, WYFF News 4.
It is so heartbreaking to see that from the air, isn't it? It really is. Turning to weather now, a much calmer week ahead.
Meteorologist Cindy Sullivan is in tonight. And Cindy, with Helene's impact, it's just hard to get our arms around the extent of it. And it continues, even without rain. Mudslides and so on is a problem.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, because the land is so saturated. In fact, the National Weather Service has put out a special statement that even though we're looking at very minimal precipitation tonight into tomorrow, there's still that possibility for landslides. So saturated land certainly not going to be helpful when you've got additional rainfall possible. So let's map things out. We are looking at some scattered showers through the remainder of this evening. It's not widespread, so it doesn't mean it's going to be super persistent the rest of the evening, but you might be dodging some of these showers. Right now, just to the north of Walhalla, moderate downpour there, pushing primarily eastward. Cullowhee also getting graced by a few sprinkles, and northeast of Asheville, a few light showers there. Again, this is not a lot of precipitation, but just due to the conditions that we've seen over the last few days and how things have just rapidly changed, that's going to be something we need to watch very closely. Any further updates, we'll continue to keep you posted. We are still looking at some of our observation sites still down from the storm, but right now most of us are sitting in the 60s to the 70s, even pushing the upper 70s far south of Greenville. Now, over the next 12 hours, a few isolated showers are possible. Then we'll gradually clear things out, and we'll see temperatures waking up tomorrow morning in the low to mid 60s.